All right, good morning. Welcome into Mornings on Main Street on October 20th. What year is this? 2021. Again, plan accordingly. 5 days away from my birthday. I cannot wait. October 25th. So we'll have a big parade somewhere around Middle Tennessee. We'll let you know at a time and soon here coming up. Probably not, though. Good morning to you. It's a beautiful October day, as always. It's going to be a beautiful week. A lot of things happening today. Great show on tap for today. At 7:10, we'll talk to Ashley Perham. She is a writer with Main Street Nashville. She recently ran in all 95 counties and wrote about it. And it was just fascinating somebody does this and then writes so eloquently about our state. It was really good. 7:20, we'll redo last week's Pet of the Week. We got one of the pets adopted. Now we need the other pet adopted, and we'll show you that too this morning as well. At 7:30, we'll talk to Karen Grigsby. She's the editor of Main Street Nashville, and just she's got recently promoted to that job. So we'll talk about that and some of the things of putting the paper together every day. In case you didn't know, we have an e-newspaper that comes out every single day on the app, which is fantastic. And of course, all the stories on Main Street Nashville updated daily. So it's fantastic. Then at 7:40, Jason Michaels, a magician, will join us. He's simply fantastic. He's got a new show in town. We'll tell you about him. And he also sent me this thing. He put a Rubik's Cube in a glass. You can see it. I'm not sure how he did it. He's going to show us a video of how he did it. That should be exciting at 7:40. So let's bring in the intern, as we do every morning. Intern, how are you, pal?
I'm doing all right, Joe. How are you?
You got the backward hat going at 7 o'clock. I love it, man.
The rally cap.
What are you rallying for?
Just anything, you always got to be ready.
Caffeine or something, maybe?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
All right, we'll be back with you later on. Let's get to some of the latest headlines happening overnight. And the big story is, intern, you can put the screen up there. Metro Council bans alcohol on transportation vehicles downtown. So this story out this morning by Vivian Jones on Main Street Nashville. As you can see, it says the party's over for Nashville's transportainment vehicles. On Tuesday evening, Metro Council voted 33-3 to ban possession and consumption of alcohol on all party vehicles beginning December the 1st and adopted sweeping regulations for the industry. Council member Freddie O'Connell, whose district includes Broadway and much of downtown, sponsored the bill, calling it a first step in the regulation of entertainment vehicles. Now, the alcohol ban, and let's read an article here by Vivian. It's a great article. Is meant to be temporary, as O'Connell says planning to soon propose a bill to allow bring your own alcohol and mobile catering options for party vehicles. But no such bill, has been filed yet. If it's filed before the next council meeting, the earliest it can be adopted is December 7th, a week after the ban is effective. Now, scrolling down a bit here, it says Council Member at Large Bob Mendez agreed with most of the regulations describing constant noise that can be heard at his office on the 12th floor of the Pinnacle building. But he says the regulations on alcohol could kill the industry, and this is a big topic. Now, there were some people not happy with this. Councilmember Zach Young voted against the bill, even though he had signed on as a co-sponsor. I'm very disgusted by the attempt at ramrodding through legislation to essentially kill an industry, Young said Tuesday. There are a lot of good actors that are ultimately going to get punished because of the few. I can't be a party to such a disgraceful attempt by a taxpayer-funded organization to put folks out of business, he said. Now, with that being said, if you go downtown, and we'll take me back here full here, Justin. If you go back downtown to see, Friday or Saturday, I mean, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And if you're going down there and you get stuck in traffic behind one of these, I mean, we've seen instances where beer cans were thrown at cars and other things thrown at cars. I've been stuck behind them and they've thrown stuff at me and I've confronted them and they pedal off, and it's not fun. So hopefully, and the whole thing was not trying to take the fun away from people. It's just like, let's kind of condense it a little bit and not be as crazy. So that's something to look forward to going down if it goes into effect in December, to have all that stuff as well. So we'll say some of that also. All right, another big story here as I pull my screen up is with the note that came out today with carjacking. It's also on, here it is. We'll pull it up there. Thank you, intern. With carjackings up, police urge public to park smart. This is something else too. Carjackings up 10% in Nashville. But this is an article by Ashley, and we'll talk to Ashley here coming up in just a few moments about her other story. But the thing that got me in this article today is that as of October 19th, 949 guns, all right, 949 guns have been stolen out of cars, right? 70% of guns stolen from cars. And about 2/3 of the 73 stolen cars last week had keys left inside. Maybe it's just, I don't leave my keys inside my car. I don't do that. And I don't own a gun, and I don't care if you do, but I just wouldn't leave it in the car either, especially leaving the car with keys in there. And I'm just, park smart, like Ashley says in the article here, and that's part of it. So I just kind of stood out to me a little bit. About 2/3 of the 73 stolen cars last week had keys left inside. I just, and 70% of guns stolen this year have been stolen from cars. 70% of the guns stolen from cars. All right, we'll come back here full of Justin, intern. I'm so sorry there. And then we'll pull it up. Now we'll get positive news for you. We'll get that always. We'll try to show as much positive news as we can every single day for you. And I like this one here. This is that Second Harvest receives $60,000 to expand food as medicine program. Look, Second Harvest, and I will stand on this soapbox all day long. I think people deserve to eat. People deserve to be fed. That's me. People deserve to eat. And Second Harvest Food Bank in Middle Tennessee does a great job. So money, a $60,000 grant from the Mara Group Foundation to expand its food as medicine program. The grant will fund its initiative at the food bank as it partners with National General Hospital Foundation to support healthcare staff with implementation of process to conduct universal food insecurity screenings and interventions. They do everything they can to help you guys and help our community out. So that's good news to share for you this morning with Second Harvest getting $60,000 to expand food is medicine program. Okay, also, we're going to take that down and intern, and I'm going to pull this up here as we do this morning. I got some more good news for you guys, and it is fantastic, which I like. And it was a big, big win last night for, here we go, the Nashville Predators. There we go. Predators scored twice in third period, topped the Kings 2-1. So they're now 1-2, but it was crucial to get a win last night because you don't want to start your home part off. The first 4 games are at home. So you don't want to start off 0-4. Now you get a 1 win. They can win Thursday night against the New York Rangers. It makes them 2-2. Then they go on the road for a few games. So last night's game was huge for the Nashville Predators to get that in. Has the Rangers come to town? From what I've heard, some few friends, Ranger fans from New York are going to come to town in mass. Already some of here. So New York people in Buffalo and New York City trying to get down here and have some fun and maybe ride the pedal taverns before they're all taken away from us. I don't know. But UC Saros made 25 saves last night. So good for the Predators as they move forward, getting ready for Thursday's game against the New York Rangers. All right, we are off and running this morning on Main Street Nashville. Again, fun show for you. Coming up next, a writer from Main Street Nashville ran in all 95 Tennessee counties. If you didn't know that Tennessee had 95 counties, well, you do now, and Ashley will join us to talk about this great story she has and what she's done. Before we go to the break, we'll leave you with a T-Dot camera around Middle Tennessee, again, as you make your way into traffic this morning. Hey, an intern, I'm going to quiz you again. Now, this is I-40 coming in from Fessler's from the east side. What's the trick here?
Go left lane all the way.
Left lane all the way, because you see Fessler's will drop down right there, and you see the right 2 lanes are clogged up. So, my friends, far left lane, cruising to Nashville on your way in this morning. All right, we'll take a break. Come back with Ashley. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
Well, I came up with the name. We threw around some ideas, but I just, some people at the beginning said that they thought cheap had a sort of negative connotation, but I didn't. I wanted it to be fun. I didn't want it to be something that was like, a Spartan lifestyle that I was promoting. I wanted it to be that you could save money, but you could still have a quality life and have a good time.
Talking Trash, the show that's going to end littering. Brought to you by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. How was that? That fast part, the end felt rushed. I'm going to do it one more time, Claire. Talking Trash, the show that's going to end littering. Brought to you by Nobody Trashes Tennessee. Ooh, how was that? Claire, that sound about right? It felt good to me. She feels me. Nobody trashes Tennessee on my watch.
Is your roof in need of repairs? Maybe it's time for a full roof replacement. If so, choose Middle Tennessee's #1 rated roofer. Tim Leeper Roofing has provided the Nashville area with outstanding residential and commercial services for nearly 2 decades. And with hundreds of 5-star reviews, Tim Leeper Roofing has satisfied thousands of homeowners. To schedule a free and honest estimate, find us online at timleeperroofing.com.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Ryan. I'm the co-owner of Zaxby's along with Lee Oliver. This is a place that mamas and daddies can be really comfortable to send their kids to for a first job. It's a place that you can have fun, feel really good about the place that you work, get paid well, have a good time. If you want to apply, you can go to applynow.com and Zaxby's will be on there. We love it when we get some great folks here at Zaxby's.
Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street as we roll with you on this Wednesday here. And I just hit a button, which I disabled myself from being on the screen. So now I'm back. I am technologically ignorant, but I'm getting a lot better in my life. All right. So we got a fascinating story for you. A writer for Main Street Nashville ran in all 95 counties. And to me, this is fascinating because A, where do you find the time? And secondly, running in all the counties is something I'd love to do, but probably never could do. So let's bring in Ashley Perham. She is with Main Street Nashville. She ran in all the counties. Ashley, absolutely fantastic article. Let's start with the genesis of this. When did this all come to I want to do this?
Well, it was during quarantine, really. I started running again because, I had to have something to do and I needed a goal. And so I decided to run 22 miles for my 22nd birthday. So I did that. And then I was like, well, I don't really know what else to do. And so I've always been fascinated with the number of counties Tennessee has. I grew up in Arizona and we had 15. And Arizona is a lot bigger state than Tennessee area wise. So when we moved here, I was like, why the heck are there 95? So I've been thinking about that for a while and I just thought it would be cool to visit all of them.
Nice. So where did you start? Did you drive to the east and drive west, or was this a compilation of a few things?
So I live in Murfreesboro, which is the geographic center of the state. Actually, it's a mile from my house. And so I figured that would be it was a cool place to base out of. I saved it for last. It was the cornerstone county. But I started with the counties that surround Rutherford County. And then I just kind of figured out what counties can I fit on a Sunday afternoon? What counties can I fit on a weekend trip? Oh, I can take a few days off here. Let me go do 9 in West Tennessee. Just stuff like that, whatever fit.
Whatever. So we'll pull up your article here on Main Street Nashville. And again, fascinated to do this. What did you discover about the state you had no idea before?
Well, there's just a lot, like I said in the article, there's just a lot of little stuff that you would never think about. The largest collection of teapot nightlights is in Tennessee, and it's actually a really fascinating place. It's in Trenton, Tennessee, and they actually conduct city government in the room with all the teapot nightlights. They have some from Napoleon, and that was really cool just to walk in there and see. Also, Tennessee has such varied geography. I grew up going to East Tennessee. My grandparents live in Knoxville, and East Tennessee and Middle Tennessee are a world of difference. And then I hadn't spent much time in West Tennessee, but the geography is so much different as you go across the state, just the rolling flatlands over there and kind of hills here and then the mountains of East Tennessee.
All right. So I grew up in Tennessee. I had no idea that we have a national bird dog museum in the state.
Yeah, it's in Grand Junction, which is in West Tennessee County. I went there and I was the only person there. They gave me a private tour. It took me around the whole museum and everything. It was really cool.
Also, the other part I wrote down, the full-size tunnel. Well, where's that?
That is in Cheatham County near Ashland City at Harpeth, Narrows of the Harpeth. It's part of a state park up there. That feels like a lot of qualifiers for first full-size man-made tunnel. I don't know what a non-full-size tunnel is, but they say it's up there. I saw it. It's pretty cool.
What was we talk about you discover things about the state which you didn't know before. When you're doing this, were you always like, I guess, being challenged, like, I didn't know this. This is beautiful. This is beautiful. How do you condense all this into a story?
Well, I actually my goal was to write an email newsletter about every county. And as I started doing like multiple ones in a day, that got pretty unwieldy and pretty out of hand. I kind of just wanted people to know what I took away from it. And my whole thing is that I think people should get out and explore their state. Tennessee state parks are free. I don't think every state has free state parks. And they're such an amazing resource that I think everyone should go out there and take advantage of. I wrote, Davidson County has 4. My home state park is in Manchester. It's Old Stone Fort State Park. It's half an hour from me. It's so wonderful. I find new things every time I go.
What is, I've heard people before that do the running around their community and like, I'm glad I run because I didn't realize this and that, because, you think about it, you drive to work, you come home, drive to work, you come home. What did you discover about your surroundings there in Murfreesboro and Rutherford County that maybe you didn't know before?
Yeah. So I have lived in 4 different places in Rutherford County in 4 different years. So I've got to explore a lot of parts of Murfreesboro. And it's just, I've just realized how big Murfreesboro is. And Rutherford County and Murfreesboro is home of the world's largest oaken bucket. I could probably run to that from my house. There's Cannonsburg Village. There's a beautiful greenway. It's 11 miles long. Someday I want to do the whole thing end to end and back. There's just so many places to run actually in Murfreesboro, and so many running groups. Is pretty cool.
Ashley, you hooked me with the headline. I ran in all 95 counties, and the state's beauty took my breath away. And I don't know what I was, if it would have been like I ran in all 95 counties, I'd have clicked on it. But the fact that you took this personal made me take it personal. And I've read the article like 10 times, and it's fantastic. And I'm so glad you did this. And you got to be just happy the way this kind of turned out.
Yeah. My editor, Karen, actually is responsible for the headline. But I think she did a great job with it because it did take my breath away. There's a lot of images. I have pictures from every county behind me. And a lot of them I just sit back at night and just remember seeing the Tennessee River or seeing the mountains of East Tennessee. And it was beautiful. And
I think, with what we went through with COVID and everything last year, we're craving good news and positive news. And so I was immediately drawn, and we'll have Karen on at 7:30 this morning, ask about the headline. But I think we're just drawn to things that we took for granted before.
Yeah, for sure. I grew up running off and on, but the pandemic really showed me how this could be a normal part of my life and actually have a lot of mental benefits as well as physical benefits.
Well, I think you've done a great job. Hey, before we let you go, we read your article this morning about the carjackings in Davidson County. And I kept going back to the fact that people still leave their keys in cars. And I can't wrap my mind around that.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. They were talking about how sometimes couples even leave, a husband and wife will leave the wife's car key in the husband's car. So if that gets breached, then they have the key to the other car. It's just, I didn't even think about that being an issue, but it's just little stuff like that.
It is. And so I just blew my mind away. Ashley, what's your background real quick, and how did you make it to Tennessee?
I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona. My family moved to Tennessee, North Nashville, Springfield area in 2016, and I moved to Murfreesboro in 2018. I graduated from MTSU in 2020, and I started freelancing for the Hendersonville Standard later that fall, and then I've been working for Main Street Nashville since May.
Fantastic. You do a great job, Ashley. It really did.
Thanks.
And this article shows how great of a writer you are. I appreciate your time. I know it's early, Ashley, but thank you so much. And we'll keep touting your praises here. Thank you.
I appreciate it. Have a great day.
All right. Ashley Perham with Main Street Nashville. Again, the article about running the state of Tennessee, which, again, the headline hooked me in about the state's beauty. And I love reading positive, great stories. And that is a positive, great story. All right, another look at the traffic around Middle Tennessee as you make your way in this morning. And if you're watching this on your phone and making your way in, then please be careful. All right, we're not fans of that. But anyway, Ellington Parkway. But by the way, folks, if you just moved here and you want to get downtown in a way that avoid the traffic, check out Ellington Parkway because it simply gets the job done when you're trying to do that. All right, when we come back here, we're going to rerun last week's Pet of the Week. We got one of the guys adopted. We need the other one adopted. And you guys have been fantastic with our Pet of the Week. We'll show you one beautiful puppy dog that needs a new home. That's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
We now have breaking news.
Okay. Hello. Thank you all for coming. Wow. More showed up than I originally thought. I am Red Plastic Cup. Hello. The star of the upcoming show, Talking Trash. The show that's going to end littering in Tennessee.
I'm getting paid for this, right?
Now, our mission is threefold. End littering, keep Tennessee beautiful, and win an Emmy. And I look forward to getting to know each other. I can't wait to introduce you to my co-stars. They are real trash. Let's go ahead and take some questions. Hello? That's it for now, guys.
Thank you, and good night.
I'm sure we'll have many more of these down the road.
It was just a few drinks. I'm good. I thought it was good.
After every game, we always have a few. It's no big deal. It was no big deal.
Hey, I can hold my liquor.
I thought I could hold my liquor.
Oh, that's my favorite comeback from break right there. Welcome back to Mornings on Main Street on this great Wednesday, October 20th, 2020. Thank you, 2021. Man, I'm off my game today. Thank you, Ashley, for just that last segment. Fascinating with that, with her article running through Tennessee. All right, so every Thursday we'll bring you a new pet of the week, sponsored by Regal Realty Group and Hunter Briley. And you guys have been great with adopting these animals out. Just simply fantastic. In fact, we visited New Leash on Life yesterday in Lebanon for our pet of the week that comes out tomorrow. But we always try to find the second animal when we're there to say, like, oh, who's one animal, puppy dog or kitty cat, that needs a home. And so yesterday we found one called Tinker. Been there quite a while. We posted some pictures, and Tinker was adopted, and it's all over our Facebook pages. So thank you, Jeff Holton, or Jeff Flatten family, for doing that. You made my heart warm with that. So thank you so much. So last week's story for Pet of the Week, we had two puppy dogs. One got adopted. The other one's still out there, right? So it's Hurley and Lucian. Lucian needs a home. And it's the second one with this, which we run last week, just kind of raise awareness what goes on. And this is from Metro Animal Care and Control. Here's last week's Pet of the Week.
Hi, everybody. It's Hunter Briley with Regal Realty Group, and we've got a special one for you this week. As usual, we have partnered up with Big Joe and Mainstream Media, and we are headed over to Metro Animal Care Control this week. Guys, take a look at this. You're going to love it. We're going to find some forever homes for these babies. You have to help us out. If you guys need a forever home, or you want to buy, sell, or even talk about some commercial properties or investments, that's what I'm here for as well. Hit me up on that Gmail or that phone number. I'll be happy to help.
All right, thank you, Hunter. This week we're at Metro Animal Care and Control, where unfortunately the shelters are full, and we're going to show you some of the puppies that have been here for a little while that need to find great homes. This is Sarah Spadavecchia, one of our favorite people here at Metro Animal Care and Control. Sarah, who do we have here?
This is Hurley. Hurley is definitely our longest stay at the shelter. He has been with us since September 17th, and he is a sweet, sweet boy. He's about 9 months old, still a little bit of growing to do, but so lovable, very playful, and loves his streets. He does great in our play groups with other dogs and just hanging out, and he's been on our Tales of the Trails and went for a long walk. He is literally the perfect dog.
Look at him wagging his tail. He's happy.
No, he is the sweetest boy. He takes treats super gently, loves to give kisses, just wants to please you, will sit for his treats, even if they don't make it in his mouth. And he's just really the sweetest boy. We are all stumped as to why he's still with us.
All right, Sarah, who do we have now?
This is Lucian. He is another long stay.
Beautiful.
Oh, yes!
Been with us since September 29th. And he is about a year old, and he is looking for his forever home. He's so sweet.
Yes.
Get it, buddy. He loves his time outside. He loves the grass, loves belly scratches, and really just wants to hang out and love on you and play with you.
When he came out the door, he came out sprinting, so he's so excited to be outside.
Yes, he is very excited. He has been so great with us. He has done great in his doggy play groups. He has done great around all our volunteers, and he is just ready for his home. He's like, get me out of here.
Oh, and how old? A year old?
Yes, we are guessing he's just about a year old. Probably still a puppy in there, but he is just such a good boy. He wants to learn. He wants to go out on walks with you, and he tries so hard. He is the sweetest, sweetest man.
Beautiful. Again, Sarah, thank you so much. Lucian, you gonna have fun?
Yeah. What do you think?
There you go. All right, Hunter, back to you, buddy.
Thanks so much, Joe. Guys, we need your help on this one. This is a big one. They're down at Metro Animal Care Control. We can do this. I've seen how many views and shares and follows that we've had on all of our videos for Pet of the Week, so I know you guys can help us out. Hit me up on this Gmail right here or my phone number right there. Post and tag myself or Big Joe Dubin. We will help you get in touch with these folks at Metro Animal Care Control, and we'll help you find that forever home for those sweet babies that you just saw. If you guys, again, need any kind of help with any real estate in Nashville or in her surrounding areas, we're happy to help. Again, there's the Gmail, there's the phone number. We'll help you out with residential, commercial, investment, anything you need. Or if you just want to sit down and find out how much your home is worth, I can do that too. Give me a shout. Thanks so much.
I love Hunter Briley, Regal Realty Group, for all the help with Pet of the Week. And we got a big event coming in December. We'll talk more about next week that we're putting together with Hunter's help. It's called Santa Paws Adopt-a-thon. We got 10 area shelters are going to come together, and we're making a big event happening in Hermitage. We'll tell you more about it next week, but we want you guys to be involved in it and just basically raise awareness for these shelters and the great work that people do. The intern and I go out each week and we shoot these segments, and you hear some stories of how the dogs got there, and it breaks your heart. But then again, your faith in humanity is restored when you hear these great stories of people that come and adopt these animals, and you hear back from them a week or 2 weeks later on, like, oh, I had no idea life could be this great. So thank you all for what you do for helping us out with that. All right, coming up next, well, let's hit the T-Dot camera on the way in, see how the traffic is this morning as you make your way into. Look at that. Again, it's hard to believe that's rush hour in Nashville. What's going on? I-40 west of Church Street downtown. All right, we'll go to the break. Coming up next, Karen Grigsby. She's the editor of Main Street Nashville. Will join us, and plus we'll talk about that awesome headline that she wrote for Ashley's article. That's next. You're watching Mornings on Main Street.
I guess I started writing in high school with my high school newspaper and continued to do that in college. But again, I've been writing almost 50 years. I guess I'm semi-retired, but I don't know what else I would do if I weren't working on two or three stories every week. And that's what I love to do. I love to talk to ordinary people who have extraordinary stories to tell. That is my passion. And I like to help them share their stories with you, the reader.
It's just a few cocktails at happy hour. It's just a few cocktails at happy hour.
You really good try. There aren't any cops around. I didn't think there were any cops around.
I drink and drive all the time.
Sir, you've been in a serious crash. I need you to hang on, okay? Cover your hands, sir. You are right now.
Well, I've been here, and I'm a part of it. My kids went to local schools. It's a big deal to me. Well, it can be interesting at times because I've settled a lot of bar bets late at night, phone rings, and well, who played wide receiver at Mount Juliet in what year, and I don't know everything. I don't make claim to know everything, but I know where to look to find a lot of that information.
Is your roof in need of repairs? Maybe it's time for a full roof replacement. If so, choose Middle Tennessee's #1 rated roofer. Tim Leeper Roofing has provided the Nashville area with outstanding residential and commercial services for nearly 2 decades. And with hundreds of 5-star reviews, Tim Leeper Roofing has satisfied thousands of homeowners. To schedule a free and honest estimate, find us online at timleeperroofing.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to Mornings on Main Street. Again, thanks to Hunter Briley, the group at Riggle Realty Group, for the help out, and of course Ashley Perham, the first story ran this morning about her great article in Main Street Nashville. Now let's bring in the editor of Main Street Nashville, Karen Grigsby, joins us this morning. Karen, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate your time. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, Joe?
I'm doing fantastic. All right, so we're going to pull up in just a moment Main Street Nashville, and I got to tell you what. You guys do such a good job, Karen, and it's just every day. The news is updated. Everything's updated. Here's a paper this morning. It's local. It's fresh. It's hard news. It's positive stories. It's everything a paper should be. And I envy you what the job you got, because this has got to be a lot of fun.
It is fun. It's a lot of fun. I enjoy the mix that Main Street Nashville has. We have the hard news. Of course, we cover government, politics, that kind of thing. You have to do that, obviously. But we also like to highlight good work, nonprofits, the everyday teacher who's getting out there and making a difference. And so it's fun to be able to do both of those things.
And again, I think you guys do a great job. How many hours, because I've emailed you different hours and you're always working, how many hours a day do you work? And I'm not saying it's like, oh, I got to be at work, but you work a lot of hours as an editor.
It's a big plate, that's for sure. And it's adjustment too. I have spent most of my journalism career working evenings until about the last, I'd say, 5 years. So I still kind of have that evening mentality sometimes, but obviously I'm here bright-eyed this morning. So
Yes, you are. Thank you so much. After my TV background, it's at the end of the day, you wipe the board clean, and then the next day, you start working on the stories and everything. But I've always discovered you're only strong as the people around you, correct?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We have a great staff. We have a young staff in general, but that's a great opportunity for them to learn more about our community, for me to help coach them. And that's another aspect of the job I really enjoy.
For example, last night, the story about the transportainment and the vehicles, and, that was a late night and people want to get it. And you get up this morning and you click on the story and it's there. So kudos to the team of getting that story. Vivian had a great article with it this morning to pull it up there. And, that's what people want to see, what's happened overnight. And you can click on it, and journalism is alive and well at Main Street Nashville, isn't it?
Absolutely. And that's one of the great things. You can see, you're looking at our homepage right now. On the top left corner, there's that latest e-edition. If you click on that, you will see dozens of pages laid out in a newspaper format, but obviously in an e-edition version. And because we aren't a print edition, that does allow us to get in some of the late news, because we don't have to worry about hurrying and getting pages to a printer. So yes, we were able to get in that late vote last night from the council. The night before last, we were able to get in the Titans results. So that's great that we're able to do that.
I saw the Titans result and the Preds last night. And so it's truly a full service newspaper that we put up there. And there you go. So we had Ashley on about her story about running the state. Did she approach you with this article and say, I'd like to do this? Or did she do it and say, look, here's what I've done?
I think she was encouraged by it, but she had told us that she had been doing this, which I greatly admire, because the only running I do is to the mailbox, basically.
Yes.
So she had told us a lot that she had been doing this, and another member of the staff said, hey, you should write a column about it. And she was more than happy to do it, and we were more than happy to have it. She did a great job.
And I told her that when I had no idea that you wrote the headline and talked about she ran all 95 counties and the state's beauty took her breath away. And that's your headline after reading that. And that, Karen, that drew me in right there. You know, if it had been like, hey, I ran all 95 counties, I'd have clicked on it. But the fact that you have this expression about how beautiful our state is, I couldn't wait to click on that article.
Well, thanks. I really like writing headlines. How it works for our process is when reporters submit their stories, they do suggest a headline, and sometimes I keep what they write. What Ashley wrote was just fine, but that was my takeaway after reading her column was just she talked about how beautiful the state was, and so that's why I wrote that headline. Most of my journalism career has been spent as a copy editor, so headline writing was a big part of that, and it's certainly a part of the job I enjoy.
Oh my, copy editors. Let me tell you what, you and TV, I don't know about so much of the print world, but they need copy editors in TV. That's got to drive you crazy when you see, not in our paper, but in other places, misspelled words that should have not made it on air or on print.
Well, maybe I shouldn't be saying this right now, but I'm looking at my monitor and seeing that we have Nashville misspelled by my name.
Oh, intern.
So it does kind of drive me nuts, yes.
Thank you for doing that. No, that's right. We're not perfect here.
I mean,
Intern.
You can't shut that part of the brain off. So when I'm watching TV and I see something misspelled, driving down the road, see a misspelled billboard, yes, there is a part of me that twitches. I am a Karen, but I'm not that kind of Karen. But
yes. Oh, this is the greatest segment ever. Our intern took the scroll down. At least he got your name correct. So I'm happy about that.
It's great.
But you're right. It's hard to turn your brain off if that's your background coming in. Because I'm the same way. Because in TV we had to put all of we call them supers and lower thirds, all that stuff in. So when I see one that's not there, I'd go crazy. But I made those mistakes too.
Well, we all make mistakes. Everybody does. We're human. And especially in the newspaper world, you're asked to do so much so quickly. We produce so much content every day. Mistakes happen, but obviously our goal is to be accurate. We want to build a reputation. We want readers to trust that what they're reading is accurate. And so, we work really hard on that, but we're human. Mistakes do happen, so it's okay.
We're gonna call on you every morning just to make sure our things are correct. There, that's what a great catch. That's why you are where you are, Karen, as the editor of Main Street Nashville.
Thanks.
Yes, well, look, I know you're busy, and I know it was a late night, and I really appreciate you, and a big fan of what you do. And congratulations on becoming the editor of Main Street. I think it's a great hire. You do a great job, Karen. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.
All right, Karen Grigsby, the editor of Main Street Nashville. And I tell you guys, journalism is alive and well at Main Street Nashville. All right, intern, pop yourself on here, intern, for a second. There's no hiding.
All right, we're lagging a little bit here, Joe. Our connection, I think so. Here, let's see.
Okay. All right, we'll be good. I'm going to come in there, and we're going to be talking about how to spell Nashville. So we'll get it done. All right.
Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate
All right, let's take
it.
another break. Pop up the cameras for us as we go to break. And then we will bring in, we got a great guest coming up next. I got him, Jason Michaels. Look at this traffic there, headed downtown, I-40, 2nd and 4th Avenue. And look, the traffic's not that bad yet. You guys are great what you're doing. So, all right, let's take a break. We'll come back. Jason Michaels, a magician, is going to wow us. That's all next right here. Mornings on Main Street.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Burton. I'm the head baseball coach here at Reinhardt University in Georgia, and just want to take this time to congratulate Coach Hunt on 41 years of baseball and gets the chance to be the assistant athletic director at Cumberland. And I know everybody there is thrilled to death to still have you. And I just want to say how much I value our friendship, your mentorship, our weekly conversations, and those are things that I'll never take for granted. And I just want to wish you nothing but the best. And so excited for you and your family as Ryan gets a chance to start his head coaching career at Cumberland. But most importantly, just wanted to say thank you and how much you mean to me and others there. We really appreciate the things that you do for the game of baseball.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to Mornings on Main Street as we roll on today. Thank you, Karen Grigsby, the editor of Main Street Nashville, for joining us. Just fascinated by that whole world and how great things are. All right, let's bring in our next guest now. Is a magician, Jason Michaels. Jason, good morning to you. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. I haven't seen you in a while in person. How are you?
I'm doing great. I tell you what, watching your YouTube stuff last night and what you do, and thank you for reaching out to me about getting to be a part of this, because I think what you do, Jason, is fantastic. When did you start being a magician?
Yeah, so it's 16 years of age. I was playing cards with my friends one day, and I thought, wow, it'll be fun if somebody did a card trick. But then I quickly realized nobody knew a card trick, so I had to go to. There used to be a magic shop out in Donaldson near the airport called Abracadabra, and I made my way all the way over there. And the man who owned the place, a man named Gary Hayes, was there that day, and he performed magic up close and personal for me. And I literally, my mind felt like it was exploding. I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and I thought to myself, "This is the greatest thing I've ever seen. I have to do this for other people." And so, at age 16, it started a journey that I've been on now for 30 years. And for a long time, it was just a hobby. But then I transitioned into making it a career.
And you're performing in Nashville here. You got shows coming up, right?
I do. Yeah. What's so cool is that magic has taken me around the world. I've been able to see a lot of cool places and make a lot of people laugh and smile, but I'm from here. And so I just launched a show about 3 weeks ago. It's brand new, and it's downtown Nashville, right next to the convention center, right next to it. And it's an 80-minute long show, and it's got some really visual illusions, and it's got some great sleight of hand magic, which is kind of my specialty, and then it's very interactive as well. So we love to get the people involved, and it's in a really intimate venue called the Filming Station. The theater only seats 30 people, so it feels like it doesn't matter if you're in the back row or if you're in the front row. Everybody feels like they're right there, part of it.
All right, what's the website for more information?
So for my show is called Mysteries and Illusions, and that's the website, mysteriesandillusions.com.
And your personal website?
My personal website is jasonmichaelsmagic.com.
All right,
so the name with the word magic.
Jason, you sent me this.
I did.
All right, it's a Rubik's Cube inside a glass bottle.
A glass bottle, yep.
Small little bottle. I have no idea how you did this, but you sent us a YouTube link that we're going to play. So we'll take a break right here. The intern's going to play the video and how the Rubik's Cube became into this little bottle. So here we go.
There you go. Hey, Big Joe, Jason Michaels here. I'm guessing since you're watching this video that you are holding a very strange object in your hands, and therefore that strange object brought you to this video. Real quickly, you're probably wondering how that Rubik's Cube got inside that glass bottle, which is roughly the exact same size as the cube itself. It's an impossible object, and it's very cool. Today is Monday, October 11th, and I'm shooting this before I actually send you the object, but I know that you're gonna wonder how it got in there. So I'm gonna show you exactly how that cube got inside that bottle. I actually have a very cool thing right here. I have a paper bag, and inside the paper bag are two objects. First, the cube itself, the Rubik's Cube, and the second object I have is, of course, the glass bottle. So the glass bottle goes inside the bag, and the cube goes right next to the glass bottle. Now watch very closely. You're going to see it happen. 1, 2, 3. And now there is not a Rubik's Cube and a glass bottle. Now what we have inside the paper bag is a Rubik's Cube inside the bottle. This is the Rubik's Cube I sent you and that you are holding in your hands. I hope that you will put that on something somewhere where you'll be able to see it and think about it and wonder and be amazed at the power and the fun of great magic. Now, why did I send you this? I sent it to you because a couple of weeks ago we connected and I told you about my brand new show, Mysteries and Illusions. It is open. I've had 2 performances now. I'm performing it at the filming station in downtown Nashville. I would love to get together with you either on the phone or in person and tell you more about it so you can tell your readers or even your viewers, because I know you do stuff online as well. Shoot me a message. Let's chat. I hope to see you soon. Take care, man. Have a great day.
All right. Okay. So I slowed that YouTube video down probably 15 times just to make sure you didn't swap a bag out on me or anything.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I can't, it's too early for my brain to hurt this bad, Jason.
But that's the fun part of magic. And for some people, it drives them crazy. And I get it because I understand that. I'm that guy too. But at the same time, that's part of the fun of it. It's like this how in the world moment, and it's just cool.
I just don't. I'm seriously. I mean, I know. I do not want you to ever tell me how you did this, and I know you won't.
Yeah.
Because it's the mystery of trying to figure out how you did this, and I can't. I just simply, and I've got it in my hand, so it's not like you did that and whatever. I've got it here. It's tangible. I'm feeling it. I still just don't. How did you come up with that?
Well, so it's interesting. As a magician, you're always researching. So I'm always trying to educate myself. There's an entire community of magicians who it's kind of like doctors and people who they publish their ideas for their community. And so I'm always reading the magazines, the trades, the new books that are coming out, trying to get ideas, seeing what other magicians are doing and seeing the trends in magic and where magic is headed. And so part of it is education, and the other part of it is the more I learn, the more ideas pop into my head on things that I can do. So Rubik's Cube magic started getting really popular about 3 years ago, and there's an entire movement of folks doing that. And so I've just kind of been playing with some of the ideas, within the last year. And then the idea to, I think the coolest part of that, I could do that trick live in my show, but I think the coolest part of that is that's something that I can send to you, and then you can experience magic on your own time. I think that's awesome.
How do I get besides throwing this against the wall, how do I get the Rubik's Cube out of here? Or maybe I don't.
You don't. If you knew what went into putting the Rubik's Cube into it, you don't get it out.
All right, let me ask you this. You're from here. What's the coolest place magic has taken you around the world?
Probably. So the coolest experience I've ever had is in 2015 was my very first tour with Armed Forces Entertainment, and I got to go to Iraq. And I got to do shows basically where we were having to wear full armor and we would get on Black Hawk helicopters at nighttime because they couldn't fly during the daytime. And we would fly across Baghdad to like a tiny little outpost, 60 miles outside of the city, and do a magic show at like 10 o'clock at night, and then get on the Black Hawk again and fly somewhere else. And so that's by far the most memorable and one of the coolest. And it's one that always just I'll never forget that experience.
Fantastic. This has popped in my head, this question. Have you ever been confronted after a show when somebody demands that you tell them how you did a trick? Because I could see that happening.
So there are persistent people who so ultimately what it all breaks down to is this. Like, I get it and I fully understand, and I like when somebody really is like, and they don't want to know it just to know it. It's like it's really super important to them to figure out, and like
right.
there's an honesty there, and they're really trying to figure it out. I just try to remind them, but that the experience of amazement is a very pure moment in time, and it's not mixed up with any other emotion, and just to enjoy it. Because years ago, I actually did tell somebody how one of the tricks were done. And here's what happened. They went from thinking it was literally the coolest thing they'd ever seen. They're like, that's the greatest thing I've ever seen. And then I told them how it was done. And the moment that they learned how it was done, they went like this. They went, really? Is that it? And I was like, that's why you don't tell people how the trick is done.
Fantastic. All right. Again, JasonMichaelsMagic.com. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the other Mysteries and Illusions.
Yep. Mysteriesandillusions.com. And there's ticket information. There's video clips. There's all sorts of stuff you can learn about the show. We have tickets available for this Saturday night. We have a show this Saturday night at 8 p.m. And we would love to have anybody who likes magic or is really just looking for a different night in Nashville, because everybody can do music. There's great sporting events, but if you're looking for something that's different and it's kind of wholesome. I mean, it's a magic show. I mean, it's something that you don't have to worry about it being offended or anything like that. But it's still a really high quality magic show.
Fantastic. Jason, we'll blast all that out for you and hopefully have a packed show this weekend. Hey, and we'll be in touch down the line and do some more stuff with you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Let's do it. I'm in.
All right. Jason Michaels, JasonMichaelsMagic.com. Look at this, right? If you want this, truly, hit me up on the chat box and I'll send it to you. It's fascinating what he's done here. Crazy. All right. Take our final break. Come back with ever popular celebrity birthdays right here on Mornings on Main Street.
Hi, I'm Bonnie Ryan. I'm the co-owner of Zaxby's along with Lee Oliver. And we have owned this Lebanon Zaxby's, had it open almost 17 years now. We've been really excited to be in the community and be a part of the Zaxby's family. And we're most excited about how the community has supported us over these 17 years. One of the things that we have always prided ourselves on here at Zaxby's is this is a place that mamas and daddies can be really comfortable to send their kids to for a first job, or if you're coming in for another job. It's a place that is a family environment. It's owned by folks that are family, and it's a place that you can have fun, feel really good about the place that you work, get paid well, have a good time. So we love it when we get some great folks here at Zaxby's. If you want to apply, you can go to applynow.com and Zaxby's will be on there, or you can come here to the store. We've got all kinds of ways that you can use your phone to apply as well.
I would rather cover, and I get this all the time, a high school football game between, McGavick High School and Stratford than go to a Titans game. I can get a Titans video, I can get Titans news anywhere. ESPN.com, I can get all that stuff. But I can't get a McGavick versus Stratford neighborhood football game anywhere. People want to read that.
I'm deeply honored to be here. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and take some questions. And yes, it is now my mission to end littering in Tennessee. Am I real because you don't see my mouth moving? Well, you hear me, right? So yes, I'm real. And I don't have a mouth because I'm a cow. 100 million pieces of litter at any given time on our roadways. Now you know why I'm doing the show. I'm here for you guys. I'm here for the whole state. Join the movement. Make me proud.
All right, the few moments we got left here, it's time for celebrity birthdays. You just now joining us the show. Here's what we do. I throw celebrity birthdays out there. The intern's got to get them within 2 years, and we'll play the game. All right, intern, you ready? Okay, intern, I'm not hearing you, but maybe you pull your microphone down.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me now?
You're doing a lot behind the scenes back there, man.
I know it. I'm sorry, guys.
All right, actor Viggo Mortensen.
Viggo
Great actor.
Mortensen. Let's see. He's 67 today.
63. You're getting better at this.
In the six, that's pretty good, isn't it?
William Zabka, who is Karate Kid, the bad guy in Karate Kid. He's got the new Cobra Kai YouTube out. His brother lives in. I used to work with his brother, by the way. William Zabka.
53.
56. Oh, you went from 4 to 3. All right, you got to get this one.
All right.
And even I didn't know this. Snoop Dogg.
The boy. Let's see. I'd say he's 61.
Snoop Dogg, 61. He's 50.
Oh, wow. Sorry, Snoop.
Jim Halpert, John Krasinski from The Office and The Quiet Place. How old's John Krasinski?
He is, let's see, 41.
42.
There we
Well,
go.
you got within 2, my man.
I've got one each day, if anybody's tallying.
You have. You're getting better. Let's see one more that you get here that we will know. Let's see. Let me go down the list here. There's a lot of people here that are famous that I've never heard of, which is okay. Let's see here. I'm looking, intern. You having a good day, intern? How's it going back there?
I'm doing all right. I'm keeping up head above water here.
Okay, here's one for you. The Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris. How old is she today?
She looks young. So I'm going to go with 48?
57.
Oh.
But I'm sure she'd appreciate you saying that she looked 48 years old.
I figured she might.
One more before we leave. Connie Chung. She's married to Maury Povich. How old is Connie Chung today?
Let's see. Connie is 54.
She would love you too. She's 76.
Oh,
but that's okay. Do you even know who Connie Chung is?
I don't, but I know Maury. I do know Maury.
I bet you do. All right, intern. Thanks for another great show. Thanks. Let's go over our guests again today. Thank you, Ashley Perham, for joining us. Jason Michaels, Kieran Grigsby for joining us this morning on Mornings on Main Street. Starting out a little positivity and good news to get your day going. All right, back tomorrow. Another fun show. Devin O'Day will be in at 11 o'clock today. She's got a fantastic show. She does a wonderful job. We'll just keep you invested all day right here on Main Street with everything we got going on. It's Wednesday. Go out and have yourself a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.